Welcome to my kitchen. So today is going to be a really special recipe. These are my caramel chocolate chip cookies. These are my favorite recipe, my favorite chocolate chip recipe, and I'm making them special tonight because I am going to have to sign off on YouTube for just a little bit. I have a severe knee injury and I have to have my ACL replaced this weekend, or before the weekend starts, and I am not going to be able to put any weight on my leg for quite a long time. So if I do join you with a new recipe, it's going to be one that I have to sit still for, or I will have my husband help me, and we will have a grand old time getting my YouTube videos out there. So it's gonna be a interesting thing at 47 years old to have an ACL reconstructed. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on the cookies. So I already forgot my beater. So all of you that know me know that I forget something every single time. So I just noticed that as I was hitting the record button. So I'm gonna go grab that. But we're gonna start with 2 sticks of butter. Now this does make a rather large amount of cookies. So you can feel free to cut this in half. What I do is I freeze half of the dough. So I make half the dough and I freeze the other half of the dough, and then I can pull it out at any particular time. Okay, 3/4 cup of sugar. Grab that. So 3/4 cup of white sugar. We're gonna add that to the butter. 1 cup of light brown sugar. Yeah, so as you get older and like things break, it's kind of like, oh my Lord, that's gonna be a lot of work to get that back to, and I'm very active, so it makes it even harder, but I just need to be able to get in the fishing boat for the summer, so that's my goal. Okay, now we're gonna take 2 eggs, and so I had 1 egg that rolled off the counter into the sink, but eggs are like expensive right now, so I'm not gonna waste it, so I just left that sit there until I needed it. And I have 2 eggs and 1.5 tablespoons of vanilla. So this does take quite a bit of vanilla. Okay, so we're gonna mix that up. So I'm gonna go grab the correct beater, so I'll be right back. Got my good beater here. So this KitchenAid is like the workhorse. I love this thing. I use it all the time. Well, if you watch my videos, I use this thing probably almost every single day. So we're just gonna lightly mix that up. All right, we're gonna get the flour ready. So it takes quite a bit of flour. So it takes 3 3/4 cup of flour, which is probably gonna use up all my flour here. So we're gonna start with, so we just wanted to mix that up lightly. Okay, so I've got the 3/4 cup, and I need 3 regular cups. And I'm wearing a tank top today because I'm channeling warm weather, because I should be on vacation, not getting my knee fixed. And I just went for a walk outside and I was warm with the dogs. All right, I do not put salt in this recipe because I use salted butter. So any of you wondering about that. And then baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon. We're almost done. Okay, so now we're gonna mix this up, and then we are gonna go back and we are going to add a 1/4 cup of caramel. So I was gonna use honey because I thought I was out of caramel, but I have caramel bits that I'm gonna melt in the microwave, so I'm gonna go grab those. So I I need about a 1/4 cup. So these are a pantry staple of mine. So then whenever I need caramel for like a caramel apple or these cookies, I just reach in and grab this. So I don't know how many I need to make a 1/4 cup. So I'm gonna wing it. So about a 1/4 cup is what we're aiming for. I'm gonna do a cup because it melts down. It's probably 3/4 cup. Okay, so I'm just gonna melt this in the microwave, 30 seconds. Okay, so if you didn't hear me over the mixer, because these are caramel chocolate chip cookies, so it's a 1/4 cup of burnt caramel sauce or caramel ice cream topping, or because I didn't have either one of those, I'm using caramel bits that I'm just melting in the microwave. So they're all caramel. All have a little bit, if you use the burnt caramel, you're gonna get more of a rich or stubblier texture, which I don't really care for. I like the regular caramel, so a lot of times I'll use just regular caramels. Okay, so that worked perfectly, 30 seconds. So I'm gonna dump that in, well, push that back down in there. So the caramel just gives it that moisture to mix in. Okay, so we got that. And then we are going to add a whole entire bag of chocolate chips. So like I said, this makes a huge amount of cookies. And I had a tiny bit of mini chocolate chips I'm gonna add in. So what I do, like I said, is I will freeze half of this dough for if I have company coming, I just unthaw it and then bake it. And I'm gonna bake half these. Okay, and that is it for the caramel chocolate chip cookies. This is my #1 recipe. And my kids, this is the only chocolate chip cookie recipe that they eat. So that will tell you how good these are. You're getting a special recipe today. All right, so now you're gonna take your cookie tray. I do not use parchment paper. I don't like to waste it, and these cookies don't stick. My pan doesn't stick, so look at how much dough this makes. Look at that. So it makes a huge amount of dough. So, like I said, I'm gonna make half of them. So I'm using the small cookie scoop. I'm gonna link that. And just because it makes them uniform, press them in there. This. Okay, so that is the cookie. So I'm gonna bake them. Oh, I forgot to tell you how long to bake. So you wanna put them in 350 degrees, and I go 11 minutes. Sometimes I'll check them at 10, just to make sure. But I'm gonna put the video back on when I pull them out of the oven. These are better than crumble chocolate chip cookies. And you know, there's a lot of crumble fans out there, but these are better. Just, they are. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this, put them in the oven, 350 degrees. I'm gonna put 11 minutes on the timer. Check them there. And you want these nice and soft and chewy and not overbaked. Okay, so that is the recipe for the caramel chocolate chip cookies. Like I said, I'm gonna get them in the oven and I'll show you what they look like as soon as they are complete. Okay, cookies are out of the oven. This is what they look like. So now I'm using a smaller cookie scoop, but look how good those look. The bottoms are perfect. And if you break them, I'm gonna break one in half. You can see how ooey and gooey they are on the inside. So yummy. These are amazing cookies. I think you're gonna love them, and I would appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel. And so you get this, you know, when I have new videos coming out, it'll automatically tell you, which is actually a great thing. So if you don't mind, if you would do that, and I hope you enjoyed this video.